All right, everyone. Good evening and welcome back to the cave. This is Montreal Monday. It is just before 7 o'clock on Monday, April 13th. If you are just joining us inside the cave, welcome back. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you are just joining us for the first time, welcome on in. We have got quite the episode for you here, okay? So last week, we were able to get through the month of June. I actually finished up June by playing the last game of June during the week. So I actually got in there and played a little bit of baseball. And unfortunately, we lost. We lost to the Montreal Expos. I'm sorry, we are the Montreal Expos. We lost to the Toronto Blue Jays. I got my Canada teams mixed up. So if you are new to the show and you're unfamiliar with how this all works, basically we took the 1998 Montreal Expos roster and we started fresh in 1998. And our goal has been to win a World Series championship with our Montreal Expos. Now, the first year was a rough and bumpy one for sure. We had maybe 60 wins, a little over 60 wins, and it was a tumultuous season at best. And I say that as honest as I can, right? Definitely a very tough first season. But at the end of that, we went ahead and we made some moves, and we got ourselves a very, very solid center fielder in Ken Griffey Jr. in free agency. We also got Mark Grace to play first base, and of course, we picked up Trevor Hoffman in a trade. Now, if you're a baseball fan and a fan of late 90s baseball, then you know what these guys bring to the table, right? There were also other additions to the team as well. We added Kilvio Veras to play second base. We left Orlando Cabrera at shortstop, and it was for sure. It's been exciting since then. The team has definitely grown, and we've definitely started to win. So in season number 3, we barely missed. In season number 2, we barely missed the playoffs with those guys, kind of skating on the edge. We went all the way to the last day of the season where we lost to the Houston Astros, and the San Francisco Giants kind of snuck in and took our playoff spot. In season number 3, with those couple of key additions as well as some other important additions, we were able to sneak into the playoffs. And we did so by we took second in the National League East, and then we lost in round number 1, kind of the wild card round, to the Marlins. So, and as you can see, the Marlins have been having a good season here as well. So if you followed the show here so far through this season, this would be, in our universe, the 2001 Major League season. So you're going to see a lot of names that you recognize if you're on the older side. You may recognize quite a few of these names, but we have the main key components to us. We've got Mike Mussina, who was, of course, a Yankee. We've got, of course, Ken Griffey Jr., as I mentioned, and quite a few other names as we roll through the episode. We also like to look and see who else is playing for the other teams, because there's a couple names that pop up, and you're just like, whoa, David Justice is playing for the Phillies, and other folks like that. So a lot of little pieces, definitely a lot of little pieces here on the show. So, of course, the goal, like we said, is to get the Montreal Expos to the World Series and grab a World Series before they would have left in real time, before they would have left. So, of course, if you are a fan of the show, you stop in, you check things out, please be sure to like, subscribe, and when you do that, you're going to enable your notifications. That's going to go ahead and make it so when I go live, you'll know that I'm live. You'll be able to jump on, comment. Even if you're only here for a minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 22 minutes, I don't care. Feel free to jump in. Let me know you're there. Say hello. It's always nice to see some viewers in the stream. So, okay. Of course, we want to make sure that we also take a look at our topic of the night. Now, this is going to start things off, right? This is not all night. This is not everything we're going to be doing. Most of the time, we're working on the team. We're working on the team with my AGM, my JGM, and anybody else that kind of jumps in and throws in their 2 cents. So, but our topic of the night, let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to bring the wheel up down here on the bottom of the screen, and I have it behind the game. So let's go ahead and we'll make that visible to you. Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and click on that wheel, and we're going to see what our topic is to start. Now, these are fun topics. Pulled these right off of, well, I'm not going to lie. AI did it for me, but let's go ahead and click on that wheel and see what happens. Some fun 70s game show music. Alrighty, and if mascots replaced players, which team still wins a championship? All right, that's a fun one, right? So if you're a fan of any sport, if a mascot were to replace the players on the team, which professional sports team would manage to win a championship? So, I'm a big fan of Youppi. Of course, Youppi was the Expos. He was the Expos mascot. If you don't know Youppi, here he is. Boom, that was Youppi. Youppi now rocks the Montreal Canadiens jersey. And, I could see Youppi putting on a glove and swinging a bat, right? He could probably do some damage back in the day. But I'd more than likely see him, doing that in a hockey jersey. I think we've actually seen that. You can probably Google that and find it. Excellent. Oh, we've got a comment. So our junior GM thinks it would be the Phillies mascot. I like that. I like that too, for sure. He's kind of a weird looking dude, right? So, big old suit, trying to swing in the bat or, whatever he's going to do, with that. So anyway, feel free to talk about that. Throw it up there on the board. Lots of time. It's currently just about 7 o'clock. So we're going to run until about 8:30 tonight. See if we can't get through the month of July. So with that being said, let's go ahead and make our way into the general manager's office. All right, so we are inside the beautiful Montreal Expos general manager suite. And first thing we do or tend to do here on the show is take a look at the current standings. So as you can see right there on the screen, we are 52-37. Now we ended up last week losing 7 of our last 10 games. So it was tough, definitely tough. Now there's main reasons why we've lost. We did lose our third baseman, Robert Ekstrom, who we traded for. The young stud was really the rookie. He was really coming alive early in the season, and we lost him due to an injury. But for the most part, the team has stayed together, right? But we've struggled. We've definitely struggled here over the last probably 2 weeks of the season. So while we're struggling, other teams are making a move. The Braves have played basically Braves baseball. If you are a baseball fan, then you know what the Braves were like in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they were good. They were very good, and they have proven to be so here in our universe. However, they have not made a run to the NL Championship Series, and they have not made a run to the World Series. So they've struggled outside of division play, right? They can win their division, but they're not winning in the playoffs, and they're not getting to the big show. The team that's really surprised me throughout this whole exercise is the Cincinnati Reds. And they've also been very active in free agency here in our game, in our universe. And they've just kind of built a powerhouse team. So I think the Braves are starting to try to match them as we go. But the Marlins, they had a great end to the episode last week. They were 7-3 to end the episode. In their last 10 games, they've jumped up from dead last place to third place. They're 51-38, and they're sitting right behind us. So they're kind of becoming our rival here in this world, right? They are definitely becoming our rival. We lost to them in the playoffs last year, and we lose quite a few games to them as we go. So, and we took their pitcher. We took their best pitcher in a trade. So we'll have to see what we can do to the Marlins moving forward. I don't think we see them in this episode. I kind of jumped ahead and took a look. I know we see the Yankees in this episode, and we'll see the All Star Game. So I did promise at the end of last week's that if we had anybody make the All Star Game, that we would probably either see their at bat or we would play if we have a home run derby entrant, which I think we may. We may have Vlad Guerrero in the home run derby, and if we do, then we'll see if we can't win a home run derby with Vlad here in tonight's episode. So let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar, all right? Usually inside the suite, we'll also take a look at the roster, and we'll do that too before we head into all of our games. But this is what's important now. So we're going to finish up the series with Toronto. I lost game 1 when I was playing, which kind of was a surprise to me. Usually I can win that game. But yeah, we lost that game, first game. And I tend to play them on the harder modes, so it's kind of tough. And if you watched any of the Tank McMurphy episodes, I played those on the hardest mode. I could not hit the baseball. I think I was batting like 217 with the Tank. So we'll take on the Toronto Blue Jays. We'll see them on the 1st and the 2nd of July. And then on the nation's birthday, we're from Canada, actually, in this. But on July 4th, we'll be taking on the Yankees in New York. So we'll be there to see that big old Macy's fireworks show by the Statue of Liberty. That'll be pretty cool. We'll be in 3 games in New York. Then we head out on the road. We'll be taking on the Chicago White Sox. I'm sorry, we're on the road. We're in New York, but we'll be taking on the Chicago White Sox for 3 games. They have a losing record, and that should give us a chance to possibly pick up a few wins and try to pad that win-loss record before we head into, of course, the All-Star break. Then we head to the Home Run Derby on the 10th, and like I said, if we get an Expo in the Home Run Derby, we will jump in, we'll play the Home Run Derby and see if we can't, add a trophy to our trophy case, because right now we don't have any. We have one. We do have one. Ken Griffey Jr. has won a Gold Glove since we started, so that's our one trophy. We've got the Ken Griffey Gold Glove. Of course, if we have, we might jump in and actually just kind of simulate the All-Star Game just to see what happens, kind of manage it as the National League manager, or we'll say we're a bench coach. Yeah, they asked us to be a bench coach. Futures game I always skip. No, really not important. Then it's the Pittsburgh Pirates on the 14th, 15th, and the 16th. They are 46 and 42 right now. Haven't been too active here in our universe, but we'll see what they do on that Sunday, since we do get in and manage the Sunday games. Then it's Seattle. Seattle's 42 and 45. Now in season number 1, Seattle was a major player, and they made it all the way to the American League Championship Series, where they lost to the Yankees in 1998. Now, in our universe, the Yankees have won every World Series. So, 98, 99, 2000, which is pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. That's how it was in real life. And I did not set that up. It's just the way that it's actually played out here on our show. So, we've taken on Seattle for 3. We then head to Colorado. So, Pittsburgh and Seattle, that's at Olympic Stadium. Then it's Colorado in Colorado. Then we head to Arizona for 3 games against Arizona. So that's 2 teams again with losing records. And then we finish up the month with Colorado at home. So I see potential to get some wins here in the month of July. We have got teams that are not winning teams, with the exception of the Yankees and, of course, Toronto. We've got the opportunity to get some serious wins here with the club. So we're going to kick this one off as soon as we take a look at our current roster. We're going to just really briefly go through that. And we'll also talk about possibly changing any lineups. So if you're out there, you're a regular, you watch the show, feel free to throw out some ideas. Let me know what you think. We are in the 2000 season, so if we're talking about possible trades or signings or anything like that, you want to make sure to look at the 2000s before you throw names at me, because more than likely, they're not going to be on here if they're new players. If they're new players, they are not going to be on here. So we take a look at the current roster, and we have a kind of a star-studded little pitching staff, right? I mean, the top 3 are Andy Pettitte, Mike Mussina, and Javier Vasquez. So we've got the talent out there to get some wins, and they started out hot, but they've kind of slowed down. Andy Pettitte has picked up over the last couple of games. Looking at his strikeouts, 114, his ERA, 2.48. Mike Mussina, he gives up a lot of runs on this game. So he's at 4.89 is his current ERA. Okay, 38 walks, 8 wins, 8 losses. So Mike Mussina was one of our stud pitchers here in the first. I'm sorry, in last season. He struggled, and he struggled kind of mightily here. Javier Vasquez, he's 8-6 now. He started out 8-2, so it tells you what kind of month of June he had. And his ERA has also climbed. Ken Na, who we picked up in a trade with the Marlins, has been huge for us. He's 10-5. He's a 19-year-old, B potential, 74 overall. So Kenny Na's only going to grow. He's only going to get better with time. So we have to continue kind of improving him and molding him. So we're going to leave him in that 4th spot in the rotation. He's going to pitch for us there. I see him as possibly the Expos ace within the next 2 seasons. Trey Moore, he's just an Expo through and through. We've had him since the initial season. His numbers have been good. He's always put up solid numbers for us, including the first season where he actually was in the Cy Young Award race. So Trey Moore, you'll be staying right here. We take a look at our relief pitchers. Let's sort this out. So we've got 4 relief pitchers, and we have a starter, I think, that goes out there as well. John Rocker, Greg Swindell, Alan Embry, and Shane Bennett. If you are unfamiliar with John Rocker and you're watching the show, you're new to the show, go ahead and Google John Rocker. When that guy would run out of the freaking bullpen, he looked like a bulldog. He looked like he was just going to rip your head off. Closing pitcher, our closing pitcher is Trevor Hoffman. Now, Trevor Hoffman, easily one of the best closers in baseball history. I, as a Yankee fan, will not say best because I will get so many comments and text messages if I say he is the best or was the best. But he is definitely one of the best, right? Trevor Hoffman, of course, was a Padre. We got him in a trade that brought us Kilvio Veras as well. I could not tell you who we traded for Trevor Hoffman or why they would have given us Trevor Hoffman in a trade, but they did. Our catchers look like this. So this is it was Pudge Rodriguez. We were going with him full time. We decided to go in the opposite direction. We went with Paul LaDuca. Paul LaDuca this season is batting .255. He's got 6 dingers and 35 ribbies for the club. At first base, this was a tough one. So in the offseason, I had JT Snow locked down. He was coming to the squad either way. And then Mark Grace decided, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I do apologize. But Mark Grace decided he was going to sign. So I had already offered a contract to Mark Grace, and JT Snow was just kind of there. He was now on the team, and I was kind of in a bit of a pickle, right? It's like, what am I going to do? So we decided to go with Mark Grace. He's our starting first baseman. He's been a solid addition to the team and a solid component for this team over the last 2 seasons. JT Snow, he came in. He's mainly our DH in American League Parks, and we use him in pinch hitting situations as well. Excellent left-handed bat and a good first baseman, so we know we can use him. And if Mark Grace were to go down, at least we know we got a nice solid backup in JT. Now, the only thing with JT is he doesn't have a secondary position. So basically, he's our backup first baseman. Kilvio Veras, he's your second baseman. We got him in that trade, like I've mentioned probably a dozen times here so far. He is our starting second baseman. He's locked down for 5 seasons at $15 million. So Kilvio, put your baseball shoes on and fucking do your thing because we need something out of you, right? You cannot falter here with this club. You're locked in. Our third baseman is typically Robert Ekstrom. But Robert Ekstrom right now, he has a dislocated shoulder, and he's going to be out probably until just after the All Star break. So Robert Ekstrom, him being an Expo, all the credit goes to my assistant GM and my junior GM. They actually kind of talked me into making that trade to the Yankees. I don't remember exactly who we gave up. I got a pretty shitty mind, like typically, right? But I forget, not shitty mind, memory. Pretty good mind, but I got a pretty crappy memory. So Ekstrom was a Yankee. We traded a couple players over there. We got him. He was solid to start, 6 home runs, 24 RBIs, and he's batting .329. He'll be back, all right? But in his stead, we have Edgardo Alfonso. And Edgardo has done a good job. So he gets out there, he swings the bat. He's good for laying down a sacrifice bunt, and he plays solid defense, which is mainly why we got him. So he's got 70s, high 70s defense. So Edgardo Alfonso will be playing for most of the games in the episode. Your shortstop situation is Orlando Cabrera. Now, Orlando Cabrera, we've had him since day one. He is signed, and he'll be here for another 5 seasons. So he's our shortstop. Now, if you're just joining the show for the first time or you've been here quite a bit, we have got some assets here at shortstop. We got 3 25-year-old B potential shortstops, which means if we run into some trouble and we need to add a player, we might be able to make a trade, giving up one of these shortstops to try to add another piece, right? So we'll just have to see. The one that I keep seeing, and I'm pretty sure he ended up being a pretty decent player, was Michael Young. I'm not 100% sure, but feel free to throw some information about Michael Young up on the board. I'm pretty sure he ended up playing for Texas and ended up being a very solid. He might still be playing. I don't know. This is like 2001. That would be a long time. He'd be really old. And then our left fielder is Michael Tucker. He was a last-minute pickup in free agency. We've got Sung Hyun Chu. So these guys will kind of platoon the left field position. And Tommy Timmons. Tommy Timmons was a Rule 5 draft. I do not remember his actual name to start the season, but we renamed him Tommy Timmons. We gave him a little flock of seagulls haircut and a cool Fu Manchu. And Tommy Timmons has been pretty good. Okay, he is batting 188, but we haven't given him a whole bunch of chances in 101 at-bats. Now, Tim Raines is still down in the minors. He's actually doing okay. He's got 3 dingers and 15 RBIs with 9 steals at the age of 41. So if we really, really need a defensive outfielder, Tim Raines could always come up. We've got him down there as well. Kareem Hawkins, we're going to leave him for probably another season, see if his overall comes up. And then we've got, of course, Rattrick van Schvinga. And if you don't know about Rattrick van Schvinga, then make sure that you check out the past episodes because that'll give you the whole backstory on that man. And you see, yes, I actually went in and created him. He is a odd-looking bird. Check out the eyes, the blue beard, and the black hair, rocking that the same colors as the Estonian flag because he is the only Estonian baseball player in the league. Ken Griffey Jr., of course, he's got 13 dingers, 54 RBIs. He's our starting center fielder and probably will be for another 2 seasons unless we decide to move from him. But he's an 83 overall and a B potential. He's probably going to be with us till he's about 33, maybe 34. And, of course, our right fielder is Vlad Guerrero, who, as I said in episode number 1, and I have stuck to, Vlad Guerrero is and will be a Montreal Expo until this show ends. I will not trade him, nor will I let him go. So Vlad Guerrero will play right field for us and continue to do so until we are done with this show. So, okay, so that's a look at our current roster. Our lineups, we'll kind of look at those as we jump into games, but we're ready to go here. We're about 20 minutes in. We're going to jump in and start with our first game of the night. We'll go ahead and we're going to I think we're going to manage some of these games for a little while. Now, the Expos, kind of the way we do things with the Expos is we play a lot of small ball. So be patient. I'm not swinging for the fences. I don't want my guys swinging for the fences. We're trying to win games to get to the playoffs, and I do it old school, right? I do it old school. And you'll recognize maybe a manager. You might recognize the manager because he was the Yankees manager, and we hired him in the offseason. So Joe Torre is the manager of our Expos. All right, so let's go ahead and head into the stadium, and we will get started with the first game of the episode. All righty, so welcome on into the field. I tried to make it look like Olympic Stadium, but it keeps putting Olympic Stadium in the background, right? It keeps putting Olympic Stadium in the background. So let's go ahead. I'll show you. See, it puts it in the background. Just like we're playing on a Little League field behind the stadium. It's pretty crazy. But okay, so game one, we will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays here in the battle for Canada. I don't know how we've played against them so far, but we will be taking them on. Trey Moore is going to be on the hill. Nagel on the hill for the Blue Jays. Now, I lost to the Blue Jays when I tried to play the game. Oh, look at that. You actually stopped me. So, Mr. Feeney, you want to know what happened to my New York Islanders? Yeah, so I'm still trying to get over it, to be honest with you. I swear to God, it was like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. We're just rocking and rolling. We're on a road to the playoffs, and then we collapsed. It was a genuine collapse, and it's heartbreaking because Ken Griffey Jr. is only batting 194 against left-handed pitchers. Okay. Here you go. You know who's going to play? You know who's going to play for him? Good old Tommy Timmons. Welcome on in, Tommy Timmons. You're going to play for Ken Griffey Jr. in this one because Ken Griffey Jr. can't bat against lefties. So, all right, there you go. Tommy Timmons gets a start. But getting back to before we jump into the game, but getting back to the Islanders thing, we were there. Everything was going right, and then we lose a couple of games, and they fire the head coach, and I'm just like, what the shit, man? I'm a Patrick Waugh guy. So I thought Patrick Waugh was a good coach. I feel like he didn't get necessarily an opportunity to do whatever. And, Islanders fans are all going to agree to disagree, whatever. But I thought he did a good job. I do think we're a little on the older side, and it might be time to get a little younger because we get to the end of the season and they just get tired, right? And I think anyone who's on the older side and who puts in a lot of hours and a long season, and it gets tiring. But anyway, we lost. So now I will be rooting for I'm going to say it, I'm rooting for a non-American team. I will be pulling for the Montreal Expos, the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, I'll be rooting for the Montreal Canadiens the rest of the way. So here we are. It's game number 1. It is the battle for Canada. You've got the Expos and the Blue Jays. Expos are at home, so we are at Olympic Stadium. Again, if this is a tie game, we jump in and play. So Trey Moore, let's see what you can get done. Royce Clayton is at the plate, and he's going to ground out. Jeff Cirillo grounds out, and Tim Salmon is going to fly out. All right. Kilvio to lead off, and he grounds out. Edgardo Alfonso grounds out, and Mark Grace grounds out. Jose Cruz Jr. to the plate. He singles to lead off. We'll try to pick him off. Sal Fasano is at the plate, and he reaches on an error. Greg Colbrun grounds out. So we got second and third. Terry Shumpert coming to the plate. Vernon Wells will be batting after him. So I'm gonna walk him, try to set up a double play. Okay? We'll pitch to contact. And he singles, because of course he does. Let's get Denny Nagel to single. Denny Nagel just singled off of us, for freak's sake. So it's 3-0. And Royce Clayton walks. So we loaded the bases. Jeff Cirillo walks. So we walk in another run. So Trey Moore has given up 4 runs here in inning number 2. Salmon grounds into a double play. Thank you, Tim Salmon. Now, I got to admit, Tim Salmon, when he first came up into the bigs, I believe he was playing for the Angels, and I think he only played for the Angels. I don't know that he played for anybody else. Research that. But Tim Salmon, I would pronounce the L in his name when I would read his baseball cards. So Tim Salmon. The other one that was always tough for me was there was a guy who played for the Pirates, and his name was, hold on, I'm going to put it in the comments because I don't know how to say it, so his name was, let's see. That was his first name. His first name was that. I do not know how to pronounce that, but we would say it 11 different ways, me and my buddies. Okay, Denny Nagel against Vlad. Vlad flies out. Tommy Timmons, here we go. My AGM, my JGM. Can Tommy get a hit? No, he grounds out. Orlando Cabrera. There's a flyout. Jose Cruz Jr. now is going to single. We'll try to pick him off. Fasano grounds into a double play, and Colbrun is going to ground out. Nagel gets LaDuca. He gets Tucker. He gets Moore. Shumpert to the plate. There's a pop out. Vernon Wells flies out, and Denny Nagel doubles. Denny Nagel is the hottest hitter on the Blue Jays. He's got a single and a double. Denny Nagel could be going for the pitcher cycle. All right, Clayton is going to strike out. So Kilvio comes to the plate. Denny Nagel is throwing a no-hitter. He's got a single and a double in this game. Veras grounds out. Alfonso grounds out. Grace flies out. So we're through 4 innings now. We have no hits, but we've given up 4 runs. Cirillo singles. Salmon singles. Cruz Jr. We got Tim Salmon. We caught him stealing. Cruz Jr. doubles, and it's 5-0. Fasano grounds out. Colbrun grounds out. Okay, so that's going to do it. I think Trey Moore had enough time. Guerrero flies out. Tommy Timmons grounds out. Cabrera pops up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a no-hitter right now. This is a no-hitter for Denny Nagel. He's through 5. So I'm really trying to oh yeah, okay. I'm trying to jinx him, so I'm trying to kind of throw him off a little bit. I'm also reading the comments at the same time, so I got another new little thing, because that's kind of what I do here on the show. But I have another new thing, so I can actually see the comments over here on the left. They're popping up as I'm playing the game, and I'll answer when we get to the end. So Trey Moore still out on the hill. We're going to take him out, and we're going to go to of course, good old trusty Greg Swindell, and he gives up a triple to Shumpert. Wells is going to sack fly him in. Nagel strikes out, and Clayton grounds out. Okay, so now we just need a hit. I don't even care if we lose the game. I do not want to get no hit. LaDuca grounds out. Tucker strikes out. Greg Swindell, we're going to pinch hit for you. We're going to bring in Trot Nixon. Trot Nixon flies out. Okay, now we got to get him out of there. We'll go to Bennett. Bennett will pitch to Cirillo. Gets the out. Salmon, strikeout. Cruz Jr. singles. Fasano strikes out. So we're through 7. We're down 6-0. Nagel continues to throw a gem. Have we had a base runner? I don't even think we've had a base runner. This might be. It's a perfect game. He's going for a perfect game. Kilvio grounds out. Edgardo walks. So there goes the perfect game, but he's still got the no-hitter. Grace into a double play. Ladies and gentlemen, Denny Nagel is trying to throw a no-hitter against us. Let me know if you want me to jump in there and try to get a hit, because I do not want to get no hit. Colbrun grounds out. Shumpert strikes out. Vernon Wells is going to strike out. So here comes Vladdy. Can one of our guys end the no-hit bid for Denny Nagel? Guerrero flies out. Timmons strikes out. There's a pop-up. Oh, Lord. Oh, this is the first time I've seen this on the channel. I mean, I've thrown a perfect game by setting the sliders into ship mode, but I have never, ever seen it in a management. Whew. Denny Nagel will bat. He strikes out. Clayton walks. Cirillo, sack bunt. We got 2 outs. Salmon took. Okay, so we're going to jump in. We're going to see if Denny Nagel can no-hit our Montreal Expos. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be... I don't know. That would be the first time I've seen it.
Welcome in, John Shammy.
Okay, so we're not going to play. I'll play if we get down to the last at-bat. Yeah, we're going to jump in, right? So I'll play if we get to the last at-bat and we need a hit, and I'll see if I can get a hit. But, okay. So here we go. Denny Nagel going for the no-hitter, ladies and gentlemen. We get to watch a little baseball.
Luca leading things off and takes a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger. And perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at-bat to hit.
That one fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball.
Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. No hitters, dude.
From a no-hitter.
Ooh, and he misses that one on the outside. So we were talking about the. Oh, you asked me about the City Connect jerseys, right? I gotta admit. So the other night, I got the MLB Network on. I got it on Apple TV, and I'm watching like 3 games, and the Padres came on, and
that's the third.
oh, okay, and that Padres
defensive players have
City
right
Connect, the one, I think it's like a Day of the Dead thing. That was pretty sick. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool.
strikes the hitter out.
You know, I'm not a big fan of the City Connect things, but whatever. I know what they're doing. They're trying to sell jerseys, and I mean, it makes total sense to do it. Right? I just hope that they don't ever do it with my Yankees.
Down the line.
No. I feel like I probably wouldn't watch it again. The Mets you expect because they're trying to get people to buy their jerseys, but a Yankee jersey kind of sells itself. And if there is a City Connect Yankee jersey, I don't know. All right, and he gets LaDuca. So we're down to 2 strikeouts for the no-hitter. 8 1/3 innings. He's got a no-hitter going in the battle for Canada. Here comes Michael Tucker, the solid free agent pickup. He's batting only .231. Okay.
Tucker stands in now and watches strike.
Now here's the thing. So I think we'd have to put JT Snow in the pinch hit in that last. Oh, there it is.
Whips it to
Oh
first.
Lord. Okay, we have to do that. So
And now the
it's not.
toughest one is left to get.
It's not going to do that. We have to do it ourselves. Oh, so we have to go in and actually, that way we can change the batter or pinch hit.
Out to complete the no-hitter.
Oh, okay. So we're going to bring in JT Snow. So can JT Snow end the no-hit bid? Let's see. Let's see if he does. This is what we got him for. Yeah, we got him to come in and friggin' he's got 14 home runs. So let's go JT. I've never seen a no-hitter on here. I mean, like I said, unless I'm playing shit sliders and I change it up. But here he goes. Denny Nagel, of all people.
2 down, nobody
Wow.
on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Top of the zone for a cold
Ooh.
strike.
So the new game is pretty sick. So I've been playing 26. I really like it. Of course, this is going on in 25. But in 26, you can challenge the pitches, which is pretty cool. Down.
Grounds one to the
Oh.
right side.
Oh, he breaks it up. JT Snow breaks up the no-hitter. Yes. Thank you, JT. Thank you. Oh, and it was a little dinky base hit, but you know what? We'll take it. We will take it. JT Snow busted up the no-hitter here in the battle for Canada. Well, we're already losing the battle, okay. Oh, we lost the war. We lost the war because we already lost the first game of the whatever you call it. So, okay, actually, I'm just kind of scrolling here as I'm doing this, but the Dodgers City Connects are a little crazy. A little crazy on the City Connects for the Dodgers, right?
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
All right.
Strike away. Ball one
That's
there.
the ball.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Alrighty, here we go. So Kilvio's going to he's going to try, we're going to just watch the end of this game. 1-2 count, Kilvio
Keeps the
fouls it
at-bat
off.
going with a foul ball.
And then we'll kind of quick sim through the next 2 games anyway. So that was fun. I mean, he almost did it. He almost did it. Sorry, you know, again, I'm bouncing all over. There's a strikeout. So Denny Nagel throws a freaking gem here. He throws a freaking gem against the Expos. And JT comes in and busts it up. So good job, JT. Good job, JT. Okay, let's go to the calendar. We'll go back to the calendar, and we're going to sim through. We'll probably sim. We want to watch one of the Yankee games, right? Have to. So while we got a few folks in the chat, right now. Let me know what you thought of the Masters, huh? How about Rory? Right, I'm talking golf. I don't really talk about golf too much, but how about Rory getting his 2nd Masters in a row? That's pretty sick. Okay, we do have a little scouting to do. So while we're doing that, we can talk about the golf. So Jody Cloud ended up being not much. I got notes on him. We thought he was going to be up in the 90s. He's actually an 86, so we're going to pull him off the board. Ryan Zarco at 90% scouted, a 91. I'm going to give him one more week. we're going to give Richie Gomes. So Richie Gomes actually has jumped up the board quite a bit. He's at 93. We're going to go ahead and scout a position player with Mr. Hackman here. We need to scout down around the 180s. We're looking for like 6th round kind of, 6th round kind of player, right? Here's one. Look at this dude. Not even ranked. Russell, he's a closer. We don't need a closer. We got Trevor for a while. I like. Here's Na's brother, Juana. Russell Machado. He's a shortstop, but he says 69. Let's see who's in here. That's 87. He's a closer. A lot of closers in here. Ooh, Dudley Daly. That is a sick freaking name. Dudley Daly. 65 to 99. Lockhart's a closer. A lot of closers. Right fielder, he's an 80. Yeah, I go a little quiet sometimes. I got to read. When they force me to read. Oh, jeez. And the screen is kind of small when I do it here on the computer. Okay, so yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything in here that we can really look at. So the Yankees, they're losing to the Angels right now. It's 10-8. I don't have the scores up on the screen today. Don't have those scores up on us like I normally would. Let's see. So Richard Fernandez, he's a starter. I don't want pitchers. Okay, let's go. Let's just do it this way, right? We can look for an outfielder. We'll look for a left fielder in the high range. See if we can't find a gem in here. How about Buddy Broom? Let's take a look. Okay, so we're gonna finalize that. We'll go back to the calendar, and we'll be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. We already played we watched the Saturday game. We saw Denny Nagel almost get a no-hitter. We simmed through that, and we lose. So we get swept by the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are 50-40 and playing pretty well. Now it's on to New York. July 4th in the house, and we are heading to the house that Ruth built. Because, yes, this is 2001. There is no new Yankee Stadium quite yet. So we will be taking on the Yankees on July 4th. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in. It's the Yankees. I got to go watch this game. See how close to the actual team it is. So they are 52-38. We are 52-39. So look at that. And we're about the same. They're in first place. We're in third place. So that tells you now either that means either the AL East is good, or we are, I don't know, we are good, or I don't know. My brain is not working tonight. Javi Vasquez is going to be on the hill.
Let's play ball.
And here we go. Bartolo Colon. Ladies and gentlemen, my AGM, my JGM, look who's pitching against us tonight. Captain Injury himself. That's right. We went and got him from the Dodgers last year. He was kind of studly for a game or two, and then we had to let him go, and here he is pitching against us in New York on July 4th. Holy shit. Bartolo Colon on the hill. Kilvio welcomes him by grounding out. Edgardo Alfonso, and then Mark Grace. So this team cannot get the bat going. Chucky Knobloch is going to pop out. Derek Jeter doubles, because of course he does. Tino grounds out, and Bernie Williams hits a 2-run jack. So it's 2-0 in the bottom of the first at Yankee Stadium. Ramirez singles. That's Manny Ramirez. In a Yankee uniform. I almost feel like we have to jump in because Manny Ramirez is in a Yankee uniform. Here's Brian freaking Giles, who we tried with every fiber to get. And here he is playing for the Yankees, and he doubles. Neifi Perez grounds out. So we give up just the 2 runs here in inning number 1. Colon gets Guerrero. Snow hits a solo home run, and JT freaking Snow getting it done. Griffey, Cabrera. So the regular team can't do shit, and JT comes in off the bench in the last game, blows up the no-hitter for Nagel, and then he comes in here as a DH and hits a home run. Brocious grounds out. Posada strikes out. Chucky Knobloch is going to ground out. All right, Tucker grounds out. Paul LaDuca flies out. Kilvio singles. Thank you, Kilvio. He then steals second. Alfonso singles, moves him over to third. Mark Grace now with runners on first and third. And he walks. Bases juiced for Vlad Guerrero. And he hits into a freaking fielder's choice. Derek Jeter now flies out. Tino walks. Bernie. Oh, they picked off. What is Tino doing? He got picked off at first base. Bernie walks. Manny singles. So we got first and third. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if Manny Ramirez had played for the Yankees? Holy shit. That would have been a freaking team. Giles. So Manny steals second. Giles walks. Bases loaded for Nafee. And he strikes out. If I'm saying that one wrong, then I'm saying I think it's Nafee. I don't know. Bartolo back to the mound. JT Snow strikes out. Griffey Jr. pops out. Cabrera strikes out. Okay, here's a little trivia question. If you're joining me, without going to your phone, without Googling it, okay, what Yankee pitcher threw a no-hitter on July 4th? What Yankee pitcher threw a no-hitter on July 4th? Scott Brocious is going to strike out. Jorge Posada grounds out, and Chuck Knobloch singles. Derek Jeter is going to pop up. Michael Tucker comes to the plate. He grounds out. Paulie LaDuca is going to pop out, and Kilvio singles. So Kilvio gets on base again, and he steals second again. And Edgardo singles, and he actually tied it up. Excellent job. I don't know how that happened. That's some speed on Kilvio. Dude's got wheels. Grace strikes out. So we got a tie game in New York. All right, they got two early, and we've chipped away. Tino walks. We'll try to pick him off again. Can't get him. He's actually standing really close to the bag now. Bernie strikes out. Manny fielder's choice. Brian Giles the batter. And he's going to... Oh, Manny stole second. And then Brian Giles is going to pop out. Vladdy singles to lead off. So Vladdy gets his bat going. Now, typically I would try to bunt, but I'm not going to waste JT Snow and have a bunt. So I'm going to let him walk. Ken Griffey Jr.
Now pitching for the
against Justin Thompson. He flies out. Cabrera gets hit by a pitch. So we got the bases juiced for Michael Tucker. Michael Tucker is 0 for 2. Let's see what he's done over the last couple of games. He hasn't been bad. He's had 3 hits. We'll go last. That's the last 10 games it shows us, I think. Yeah. So in the last 10 games, he's been pretty good. 243. He had 2 hits against St. Louis, 1 hit against Toronto in that series. So we're going to let him go. We're going to let him hit. And there's a fielder's choice. LaDuca, fly out. Oh, he can't get the job done. Okay, Nafee Perez grounds out. And Scott Brocious grounds out. Do we give Javi one more batter? He gives up a single. Time to make a pitching change. So they have right, left, switch right. So we're going to go with a righty. We'll bring in Johnson. Johnson gives up a single to Knobloch and gets Jeter. Good job. So, Mike Johnson, you're going to be out. But thank you for coming in and doing what we needed you to do. Okay, Justin Thompson. No. That's a good guess. David Cohn, no. So, this was a little before David Cohn, and most people would remember this gentleman as a closer. So, that's the hint. He was a Yankee closer, but he threw a no-hitter on July 4th. Yeah, I was a very, 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 very young child when he did it. Justin Thompson gets Veras. Alfonso is going to hit a single. Grace is going to... that's an error. He reaches on an error. I don't know. Maybe David Jones? No, David Cohn's perfect game wasn't on July 4th, I don't think. I mean, I could be wrong. You could be right. But I know of one. I'm thinking of one off the top of my head. Vladdy is going to walk. So we got bases juice now. JT comes to the plate. JT Snow, the delivery man, the snowman, and he hits a single. and drives in 2. The Yankees are down 4-2 to our Expos on their home turf. Ken Griffey Jr., we know how he plays at Yankee Stadium.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
And it's into a fielder's choice. You know, I always thought it was pretty cool. Like, I remember Ken Griffey Sr. playing for the Yankees, and I always thought, oh my God, that would be so cool if Ken Griffey Jr. played for the Yankees. But then I saw that thing about why he just never wanted to. Just never wanted to. And I'm sure they would have paid him. They probably would have got him too. Cabrera lines out. Okay, so Mike Johnson, what is he? He's a he's a righty, so he's a right-handed pitcher. And I think we'll leave him in to face Tino. He walks him. Now we got switch right-left. He's a right-handed pitcher. So we're going to force Bernie over to the right side. He hits into a double play. Manny Ramirez walks. And now we're going to go to a lefty to pitch to Giles. So we'll bring in Embry. Embry's going to pitch to Giles.
He's safe.
And he gets him. Okay, so Alan Embry comes in, does what he has to do. That means we're going to see John Racca, and then we should see Trevor if we can hold on to the lead here. Steven Ramirez has come in for the Yankees. Tucker now grounds out. Paul LaDuca singles. Kilvio walks. So we got first and second. Let's get another run, right? Let's get another run. And there's a fielder's choice. Mark Grace is going to walk. So we got bases juice now. Grace on first. Alfonso second. LaDuca third. Guerrero is going to ground out. So we're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Time to bring in our setup man, which we don't get to see very often. Let's go John Rocker. John Rocker is going to get Nafi Perez, gets Brocious, and Posada's going to single. Knobloch strikes out. Okay, so Rocker comes in, does his job. Now JT at the plate against Mike James, and he strikes out. Ken Griffey Jr. grounds out, and Cabrera strikes out. So we're going to the bottom of the 9th, and you know what that means? Put the music on. No, wrong stadium. They wouldn't do that at Yankee Stadium. That would be more like Enter Sandman, right? But here comes Trevor Hoffman into the game. Trevor going for the save. Derek Jeter to lead off. He strikes him out. Martinez, he grounds out. And Bernie grounds out. So Trevor gets the save. JT is our hero. He had 3 RBIs in this one, a home run and a run as well. So excellent. He hit a home run? Did I miss that? Did I miss a 3-run home run? I got to rewind that. I didn't see. I thought he had like a single. I thought he had a single. Goose Gossage. No, that's a good guess too. Okay, here's my last. I'm going to give you one last hint since you're the guessing one. I'm going to give you one last hint. Okay, he was a pitching coach for the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, he was a pitching coach for the San Francisco Giants, and he threw a no-hitter on July 4th. I believe it was 1983. And it may have been against the Boston Red Sox. And it may have been Wade Boggs that he struck out to end the game. And I am going to flat out make sure that I'm right here, because otherwise I'm talking out of my ass, and I don't want to be doing that. But I'm pretty sure. that was an actual thing. Let's go ahead and close this out. Bada bing, bada boom. And let's go ahead and I'm going to Google his name. Okay, and it actually pulled, that's the first thing it pulled up. Yes, I am right. The date and all. Yep, against the Boston Red Sox. Okay, so let's head into game number 2 against the Yankees. We're going to have Ken Na on the hill against Andy Ashby. Andy Ashby was a Padre pitcher. Andy Ashby pitched for the Padres, and we lose game 2. Game 3, we've got Kevin Tapani against Mike Messina, and there's a win. So we take 2 out of 3 from the New York Yankees. That's killer. Now it's the White Sox. Scott Air against Trey Moore, and we lose. Did that say 17? Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look who's back. If you are joining us live, welcome on into the show. All right, be sure to throw something up there on the chat. Let me know you're here. I'd love to know you're here. We're talking 90s ball, 80s ball, 70s. I don't care. We're talking baseball. I asked about what you think about Rory's win at the Masters. We talked about, how about the first topic of the freaking show? First topic of the show, right? If you could pick one mascot, and you think that they could form a team and win a championship in any sport, which team mascot would you pick? Right? I went with Youppi. I think Youppi, who was the Expos mascot, now a Canadiens mascot, could possibly win a Stanley Cup or a World Series. We also heard the Phillies mascot, so throw it up on the board. The other one that I think is kind of weird is the Philadelphia Flyers mascot. If you've never seen that guy, Google him. That's pretty crazy. He's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to place Mr. Ekstrom on the bench. Now it's time to go back and, of course, look at our roster. We'll skip that. We don't really care about that. Let's go back to the lineups. And we'll take Edgardo out. Ekstrom's going back in. Welcome back to the club. And, oh, there you go, Mr. Feeney coming up with the answer. I hope you didn't Google that. I hope you did not Google that. Yes, Dave Righetti threw a no-hitter on July 4th, 1983 against the Boston Red Sox. Yep. That was pretty sick. So Edgardo's actually been playing well. His bat is hot, but we've got Ekstrom back, so we're putting him back in the lineup. So welcome back to the team. Ekstrom coming back from that awful shoulder injury that he suffered. So we go back to the calendar. It's a Saturday game. It's Mike Hampton. Who I remember hitting homers for the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, for the Colorado Rockies. He's going to take it on Andy Pettit. Andy Pettit going for the win on a Saturday, and we get the win. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I forget how exciting the month of July is on this game. So we get to draft now. So if you are watching live, we're going to do this together. We're going to probably do the first 2 rounds. Then we'll let our AIGM do the job. So we know what we need on this club. We need a left fielder. Okay, we definitely need a left fielder, and it wouldn't hurt us to probably get another pitcher. So it is draft time. So we're going to take a look. We're going to look at who we scouted, kind of add them to our let's see. Let's get our 100% scouted guys. So we did like, we were looking for catchers. So we've got good old Ryan Ramirez. He ended up being a potential 81-96, so we're going to add him to the queue. We've got Willis Robbins. We'll add him to the queue. Oh, Ryan Ramirez. So I think it'll be between Ramirez or Robbins, and these guys are like way down. So we can get them in the later rounds. First base, we've got Garrett Hoffman, who is looking at about 59th. So we could probably get him around round number 2. I think our first round pick, I don't know, maybe Jody Cloud. He's at an 86. I think we would probably go maybe even Zarco in the hundreds, probably in round 4. So a lot of opportunities. Jorge Negron also there. We didn't look at any second baseman, third baseman, shortstops. We do have a left fielder. Here's a solid one, Zeke Morales. Oh, you Googled it? You son of a... You did. You looked it up. Yeah. Well, you know what? Hit me with one, man. Ask me a question. I swear to God I won't Google it, and I'll see if I can get it. I'll see if I can't answer. It's got to be It's got to be something 80s, 90s. Throw it out there. Let's see if I can get it. I'd love to do that while we're doing this draft here. So we're going to put Zeke Morales in our queue. We'll put Richie Gomes in our queue. He's at 90. So these guys are both kind of mid-level. I think Zeke Morales could be a first-round pick, possibly for us. The thing that gets me is we can't trade those. I would love to trade the picks. On the hockey game, I can trade the picks. On the basketball game, I can trade the picks. Here on baseball, you cannot trade your picks. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are going for a catcher, a first baseman, or a left fielder in this draft, probably first early. So if you haven't seen this live, it's actually pretty cool. We're picking 21st because we made the playoffs. So we're going to go ahead and start the draft. First overall pick of the New York Mets is Emmanuel Carr, center fielder. So good for him. Second overall pick. Now, it doesn't do a whole draft like this, just the first 3 picks. Will be Jason York. He's going to the Arizona Diamondbacks, solid center fielder. We didn't have a chance at any of these dudes. And then, of course, third overall draft pick going to the Padres. How about Doik Costello? Doik. Yeah, 93 potential, 80 possible. He's 68 to 87 to start coming out of college. So Doik Costello. And then the Indians will pick next. And we're going to go ahead and skip. We're going to go right to our draft pick. So let's go ahead and sim to our next pick. And here's what's left on the board. This is what's left on the board for us. Let's go ahead and view the prospects who are out there. So we're looking for a catcher, a first baseman, or a left fielder. We've got 3 minutes and 47 seconds. So my AGM, my JGM, you're watching. Tell me, what do you think we look at? Here's the catchers that are currently available. Okay. I'm thinking we hold off and we wait to get Ryan Ramirez. Okay. We like him at 80. The major leagues likes him at 180. So I think he's where we're going to go. He's going to start off at 35 to 50. We'll leave him down in the minors. But look, he's got the potential to be up in the 90s, right? Same with Willis Robbins. He's got the potential to be up in the 90s as well. I think left field and first base are also key to us. So the highest first baseman we have is Garrett Hoffman. And then, of course, in left field, we have him currently at 30. The Major Leagues has him at 31. We have him at 19. That's Morales. He's got arm strength. He's got arm accuracy. Now, the question is, he's questionable when it comes to the bat. Okay? But coming out of the Dominican Republic, he could be pretty good. So that's who we scouted. And right now, he's kind of our highest pick. If you look at all of them, he's kind of our highest scouted. So I think we're going to go round 1 and take Zeke. And then we'll kind of, play it by ear. But we got about 2 minutes to make that pick. Let me know what you think. I know you're sitting out there and you're watching. You were just cheating on the whole trivia question of the night. So I don't want to make the pick. I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to sit right here, and I'm going to sip my Mountain Dew Zero, and I'm going to let you make the pick. So what do you think? All right, so here we are down to a minute to go in round number 1 of the draft. And our weakest area is left field and catcher, and we have the opportunity to grab a left fielder. So that's it. Welcome to the team, Zeke Morales. We're going to take him with the first pick, our first pick in the draft in round number 1. So there he is, left field. We'll have to see what he ends up being. But we know he's going to be between 82 and 94, which is nice. So that'll give us a chance to hopefully grow him. Let's go ahead and simulate to the Expos' second pick in round number 2. So Ryan Ramirez is still on the board. Now we're going to simulate the rest of this draft. And I am kind of torn because I'm not going to pick the rest of the way, right? So I'm kind of torn between Ryan Ramirez and Ryan Zarco. Ryan Zarco's fielding and his reaction are good. Defensively, he could end up being a good first baseman. His potential is 86 to 91, and his secondary position is left field. So we can, Zeke can play other positions. He can play the outfield. So that was, I made the pick. So, we've got Zeke. Zeke is locked in. Now it's kind of just where are we going to go? Do we take the catcher? Ryan Ramirez, he's a catcher, solid. We do need a catcher because we are weak at catcher. We are definitely weak at catcher. We've got a bunch of veteran catchers that are not going to do much, but we can get a catcher in free agency, and there's a lot of good catchers out there in free agency. Or we can get ourselves a nice first baseman and try to build around that as we go. So, because Mark Grace and JT Snow, I think if we brought Zarco in, we might be able to, give him a season or two to grow. I mean, his potential is good. Willis Robbins potential 79 to 94. So there's a lot of risk in that. Ryan Ramirez at 81 to 96. So we'll have to see what would happen there. I'm really thinking the thing is he's a senior in college. So he might already be wherever it is he's going to be, potential-wise. Usually you want to grab a high school guy because he can grow. He's going to have time to grow. So Ryan Ramirez, I think, is kind of the GM's pick. But the JGM, the AGM, anybody else who's out there watching, I think I had just a few folks watching tonight, but I'm leaving it open. We're at about 1:35 here to go. 1:35 here to go. We're on the clock. Yeah, again, I wish we could freaking trade for the picks, but we can't. We can try to trade for them after the fact, but I don't know if I have to remember all their freaking names to decide who I want to trade for. So Zarco can play left field, so he can play a little infield, he can play outfield. Ryan Ramirez is a catcher. Like most catchers, he's a catcher. Now keep in mind, we can adjust them. So if we really want to go in there and edit to add another position, but we want to try to make it as realistic as possible. So if we were going to give, let's say, a catcher a second position, I think you'd probably go third base or first base, right? Very little movement. They don't have to move too much. I think if it's a first baseman, we could put him right field. We could put him left field, possibly third base, right? Usually they'll play corners. The ones that you can kind of put anywhere typically are like second baseman and shortstop. I played shortstop, and they put me in I played every position. I played any position they asked me to play. So we're down to 16 seconds, and I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to go with the catcher. We're going to take my pick, Ryan Ramirez. So welcome to the club, Ryan. We'll have to see how he grows over the next couple seasons, and we're going to go ahead and simulate the remainder of the draft. So we are through it. Let's go ahead and head out of it. So we're going to exit the draft, and that's it. So Sunday night baseball taking on the Chicago White Sox. We're going to sim that quick. And, here we go. So we won the last game before the All Star break. This is where it gets a little fun. Now let's see who is in the home run derby. Do we have anybody? Where are we going to play this? The 2001 All Star Game. I'm gonna say we play this. Let's go to an old stadium. Ooh, let's go to an old stadium. It takes a second. It's got to load. So we're not gonna play it at our stadium. We'll play it at it would be Old Yankee Stadium, or we can play it at Shea Stadium. We can play it at the Homer Dome. The Metrodome. I can play it I'm playing it at the frickin' Kingdome. Boom, there we go. We're going to play this one at the Seattle Kingdome. So, my JGM, man, you come up like a second or two late in my chat here. I don't know if I'm missing this late or if I'm getting it late. But you wanted Zarco, and I took the other guy. My bad. Maybe I should, Maybe I should pay attention. Okay, so that's just me jumping ahead, right? It's just me jumping ahead. Okay, so we have got the home run derby, and we got nobody in it. Oh, we got nobody in the home run derby. I thought for sure. Oh, he only has 18 home runs, so it kind of goes in order. It kind of goes in order by the number of home runs that they have, and Vladdy's only got like 18 or 19, so that's why he's not in it. But ooh, we got some people in there. We got Slam and Sammy Sosa. I just gave him that. I don't think that was actually his nickname. I just made that shit up. I think that was Slam and Sammy Sneed. We got Jim Thome of the Cubs. We got Bernie. We got Tino. We got Matt Williams, Bubba Trammell, Carlos Delgado of the Marlins, and Ray Durham of the Pirates. And you know what? Yeah, this is at the Kingdom, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play as, like, who's Ray Durham? I'm going to be Ray frickin' Durham. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna just to show you, we're going to play as Ray Durham. So Ray Durham home run derby. Can we get Ray Durham a home run derby championship? Okay. So I don't play the home run derbies very often. So I probably will miss a couple of times. I will probably miss a couple of times. So this is the way it works. I don't think this is how it was back in the early 2000s, but we'll have the first round. We try to see how many home runs we can hit as Ray Durham. I am not going to watch all these dudes hit, so we'll fast forward to Ray Durham. So here we go. So Sammy Sosa, he hit 20. Matt Williams, he hit 18. Yeah, 16. Bubba Trammell hit 11. Delgado hit 21. Tino hit 13 in his old stomping grounds in Seattle. Bernie hit 20, and Jim Thome hit 21. So here comes Ray Durham of the Pirates. We are Ray Durham. Can we win a Stanley Cup? A home run derby? No, we're going to foul off the first pitch. All right, it's the Kingdom. Oh, he launches one. That's gone. Thank you very much. 359. There's a second one. Going to the deck. Oh, he hits the foul pole. Take it, Oppo. He's going Oppo. Boom, he gets that one out. All right, so we got three. There's a jack. That's going to hit the wall. No, it gets over. 466. Ray Durham is a beast in this. I don't remember him being this big a home run hitter, do you? Ray Durham is a freaking beast. Or I'm just timing it well. There's another home run. Oh, here's another stadium with no railings. It must have been like a thing in it. I just don't put any railings up. Let people fall out of the stands. Right? Oh, no. Now I'm going to start hitting the wall. Now I'm going to start banging it off the wall. Yeah, okay. There's his true colors. Yeah, that's a foul. We'll fast forward through that one. Oh, what the hell was that? Are you going for a double? Come on, Ray. You started out so hot, dude. Okay, that's gone. Too high. Damn it. Oh, he's getting tired. Okay, we got one out. Wait. Okay, you're going to take a timeout. Got to get a little rest. All right, here we go. Who's that with him? Tony Womack's going to give him a drink. They're telling him he's got big muscles. Dude, you got this. He's like, all right. Yeah. Now, this is before cell phone. Well, not before cell phones, but before smartphones. That's why there's none of these guys out there like snapping photos during the home run derby. Oh, yeah. Durham comes back with a little pop in that bat. Takes this one deep to center. That's a 419-foot jack. And he hits a freaking line drive. No, don't foul it off. So I think I have enough long home runs. Damn it. Launches it, foul. There we go.
30 seconds left.
Home run. Catch the ball with the bat. Oh, yes. There's a launch. Would you like to play a game? Yeah. Launch codes. I love it. Okay, Ray Durham's going to put that one out to right field. I think I need like 2 more to tie Tino, right? But I get to keep going because I've hit so many long home runs. Ray Durham to center field, and good. There's a jack. No, don't foul it off. I need to stay alive. I need 1 more. Did we get it? Did we get it? Did we get it? Dong. Yes. What's the chances of hitting 2 foul pole dingers? Okay, that's gone too, right? Yeah, 15. Or 16. Get out. Okay. Are we going to win a home run derby with Ray frickin' Durham? There you go.
Number 4 in a row.
Okay, all right, so it's over at 17. Oh, no, I got 2 more outs. I got 2 more outs. All right, Ray Durham. Going yard. There it is. I can't get him to go oppo, though. Let's see if we can get him to go oppo again. Nope. He goes, I'm a pull hitter. Straight up pull hitter. I noticed that when I do play this, a couple times I played home run derby. Oh, there's an oppo. That should be over, right? Maybe? Close? Oh, scratching the wall. Okay, so we hit 19. We hit 19. Bernie is going to come up. I don't know if we're playing Bernie, but let's see here. Okay, so this is what it looked. Oh, what? So we didn't get in. How did we not? Oh, shit. 1 more. 1 more. And we would have tied those guys, and we would have had a tie. All right, well, so we didn't win a home run derby with Ray Durham, but that was fun. That was fun. Got to play a little bit. Maybe I'll be able to hit next time I play. All right, time to speed this along. Let's see if we have who made the All-Star team for our club. And we will... Okay, we're going to... Huh. We'll manage it. All-Star Game. This is fun. If you're a fan of 90s baseball, 80s baseball, you'll love this. You will love this for sure. So, no, we got to play at the same place, right? So we're going to play it at the Bristol Motor Speedway. What? Okay, we're going to play it at the Kingdome in Seattle. Kevin Millwood is going to pitch for the National League. So this is our rotation for the All-Star Game. We got Millwood, Schmidt, Fleming, Kenny freaking Rogers, who we let go. Let's see what he's at. 7-4 for the Mets. So good job. Johnny Smoltz, Mike Jackson out of the pen, Billy Taylor out of the pen, Valbuena, Stroud, Alex Delgado. Trevor Hoffman makes it to the All-Star Game. Congratulations, an Expo on the All-Star team, and we're going to go ahead and we'll see him. We got to make him pitch, right? So Kevin Millwood's going to start this thing. Tony Womack will start in center field for the All-Star team. He's from the Reds. At batting second and playing second base from the Montreal Expos, Kilvio Veras. So, yes, that is paying off immensely. And another All-Star appearance. Jim Thome at first base will bat third. Sammy Sosa from the Cubs will play right field and bat fourth. Chipper Jones will play third base and bat fifth. Sixth will be Vladdy Guerrero of the Expos. So we got a couple of Expos on the staff here. Luis Gonzalez of the Dodgers will bat seventh and play left field. Jason Kendall of the Pirates will bat eighth and catch. And, of course, Edgar Renteria of the Reds will bat ninth. And JT Snow, a freaking bench player, made the All-Star team. Made the All-Star team. Wow. Wow. That's absolutely huge for us. That's 1, 2, 3 players. Kilvio, Vlad, and JT Snow making the All-Star game. Okay, so here we go. So we got to make sure that they get in and get at least one at-bat, right? If you're just joining me, we are in July. We've taken our sweet time getting to this point. We saw the draft. We saw about 6 games. Now it's All-Star Weekend. We
Hello,
saw the home run derby. Well,
and
we saw
welcome.
MLB
The show
what's his name? Who was I? Ray Durham. Okay, John Lieber is going to pitch. Tony Womack. And they want me to manage this whole thing? I'm not going to do that. No. Okay, well, I'll manage it. Just go ahead and we'll see what happens here. Play ball. So,
Ball one, no strike.
oh, what? Okay, hold on. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, so Jim Thome coming to the plate for the National League. He singles. And why is it doing that?
Ball four.
It just went crazy.
3 out. 3 out. 3.
It went crazy. All right, let's just fast forward to the 9th inning. We'll skip all that, make it nice and fast. So we're heading to the 9th. It is 7-2 American League. Mariano Rivera coming in for the shutdown. It's going to be Sammy Sosa coming to the plate. We'll head in. I'm going to actually play this. We'll give it a shot here if it'll let me, and it will not let me.
Urbina.
Well, they need someone to
I don't, you know what? I don't want to do this shit. See what you guys get if you're watching this live? It's like, I don't want to watch that shit. Skip that. Okay, so the National League wins. I thought we were losing. Okay, we actually won that. I don't know how the hell we did that.
But you got to tip your cap to the National League All Stars today. They came out knowing that they had a tough opponent.
All right, so we get the win. We get the win. Vlad Guerrero had a double, 3 RBIs and a run, and is not the player of the game because it's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. But okay, so let's go through and simulate quick through here. Okay, so the Diamondbacks acquire Ricky Chappell from the Pirates for Brad Penny. Brad Penny, I remember pitching, I believe, for the Marlins. But we'll skip through that. We're getting close to the trade deadline, so might have to make a move here or two. We are at 56-41. Our current record puts us 7.5 games back of the Braves as we make our way into the second half of the 2001 season. So let's go ahead and take on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are 50-47. We get the win. And then in game 2, Messina gets the win. And in game 3, let's go for the sweeps, and we take the loss. So we take 2 out of 3 from Pittsburgh as we welcome the Seattle Mariners to town. Andy Pettitte will go against Alan Price, and we take the loss. So the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are trying to boost up their offense, they go out and get Luis Gonzalez. And look what they traded. So they trade Dominic Page, not much, right? How about Aramis Ramirez? They trade Aramis Ramirez and Roger Mitre for Luis Gonzalez. So, wow, the Dodgers, I think they got the best of that deal. I really do. I think, making that trade and Luis Gonzalez going to the Dodgers or to the Pirates, the Dodgers got the best of that deal, probably long term. Seattle in game 2, we get the win. John Rocker gets that win there. Ken Na is going to come in to pitch game 3 of the series, and we take the loss. So the Giants are interested in offering us a trade. What would we like to do? Let's go ahead and view it. All right, so if I got my AGM and my JGM still sitting out there and you're watching, Garrett Anderson for Trevor Hoffman. The Giants want to give us Garrett Anderson. Now, God knows we need a left fielder, right? God knows we need a left fielder. But are we really interested in trading Trevor Hoffman, who's an all-star closer? That's one thing we don't have. We have one other closer. So let's see if maybe they have something that they can give us. They have Rick Aguilera, who's 39 years old. He could close. Brian Scott, Jason Grote. We did not get a pitcher in the draft. We do not have a pitcher in the minor leagues that can even step up to the closing role. Maybe Scott Shields. I take that back. We do have Eric Gagne. I forgot about Eric Gagne down there in the minors. He is 25. He's starting to grow. We see what he did so far this year. He's 4-10 in a starting role. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that trade up on the board for a minute or two. I've only got maybe one person watching. Again, we're about an hour and 25 into this, trying to get through the month of July. The Expos have been offered a trade for Garrett Anderson. So Garrett Anderson on the season. That would just make our outfield pretty. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. So they want to give us Garrett Anderson. They need. You can see where it says they're looking for a closer, a relief pitcher, a second baseman, a catcher, or a first baseman. So let's take Trevor out of the deal. Oh, I can't. Okay. Yes, but we're gonna go back and we're gonna discuss this trade with them. Because I kind of like that they're trying to give us a left fielder, and we could use a left fielder. So let's go ahead and we'll go to the Giants, right? We said it was the Giants. Okay, so the Giants are offering us Garrett Anderson. They got Darren Erstad, so they don't really need Garrett Anderson, right? Garrett Anderson is a 29-year-old B potential, but let's see what he's done. Barry Bonds is injured. That's why. And he's a 50 overall. That's some bullshit. He's a 50 overall. So he can hit. He's got contact. He's got good vision. He's durable. And he's got great defense. So Garrett Anderson might be a nice little addition to this club. They're looking for a relief pitcher, a second baseman, a catcher, or a first baseman. We have a maybe, just maybe. Ooh, okay. So see, here we go. We got any one of the three shortstops. Okay, Michael Young. Do they have a better left fielder? Okay, thank you. Yes, absolutely. So they've got Darren Erstad. He's 27, A potential, 85 overall. Then they have Garrett Anderson. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw Darren Erstad out there. So let's see what Darren Erstad's numbers are for the season. He has 7 homers, 36 RBIs, and a .317 batting average. Darren Erstad, I liked him when he was an Angel. So Darren Erstad, we can add him to left field. And, okay, so we cannot give up any of the shortstops for him. For Garrett Anderson, I can pass on Hoffman and give up a shortstop. So there you go, right? So that's moves. We're making moves there. Let's see what else we have around here. So we do have a ton of left fielders. So Hawkins, they will not give. We have a ton of left fielders. I don't even know if we need this guy. I think we just sit on it, right, and wait. I mean, we could package a deal and maybe. I mean, he would be nice. Let's see what his contract is. Erstad's contract is. Oh, he's loaded. He's loaded. That's 5 years. All right, let's see what Garrett's contract is. Garrett is 4 years. So you know what? I think financially it just doesn't make any sense for us. We have got a line of left fielders who are looking to play, and they can play most defensive outfield positions. So we're going to pass on that. I'm not going to give up on Trevor Hoffman. I also noticed right here on the leaderboard, on the standings, that we're tied with the freaking Marlins now, and we're falling farther. We're falling farther and farther behind. No, we're falling farther and farther behind. So we're going to head to, let's see, today's the day to sign our draft picks. Let's go and do that. Okay. So Zeke Morales, you are my first overall selection, and you are asking for, we're going to offer him a contract. You're asking for $2.95 million, and we'll submit that. And thank you, Zeke Morales, our first pick, 21st pick overall in the draft, has signed with the Expos. That was quick and easy. Then we have, I did pick Zarco. I thought I didn't, but either that or they picked him. So, hey, there you go. We got him. Zarco, let's go ahead and we're going to offer you a contract. $470K. We'll bump that up. I'll give him a little bit more. And thank you. Ryan Zarco has joined the team. And once we go through a couple of weeks, it's going to show us exactly what these guys are worth once we get them all signed. Ryan Ramirez, we're going to go ahead and put pen to paper with you as well. 1.14, and he signs. So who's going to be the guy that says, I don't want to sign? Willis Robbins? Kevin McLean? Oh, we're not going to sign that guy. I think we go for Willis. What you talking about? We're going to sign him. At 5.69, we've got, how much we got left? We got bank left. So let's throw him a little more cash. We'll give him 7.59. Thank you. Oh, this is too easy this year. Kevin McLean, a relief pitcher, and we'll sign him. Oh, we can't. So we got to put him in the box, see if he'll eventually try to sign. So I think because we were scouting those guys, that's probably why. So, okay, so we signed Zeke Morales. We got Zarco. We got Willis. So not a bad draft. Let's see how they turn out. We'll see how they turn out. Heading back to the calendar now to take on the Colorado Rockies in the next 3 games. Moose will be on the hill in game 1. We get the win. So they're going to make us go back and try to sign these guys. And no, we're just going to skip on that. We'll leave that the way it is. Heading to game 2 against the Rockies. And Trey Moore has sustained an injury, forearm tightness during today's game. No, we'll keep him active. Suck it up, dude. Andy Pettit will pitch here on the Sunday night game against Ricky Cochran. So let's see what what the Rockies can do against us. We're going to simulate through that. Since we watched quite a few games tonight, and Trey Moore is no longer injured, we'll place him on the bench. Okay, one more day to sign draft picks. Let's see how that goes. And they just don't want to sign. To hell with them. We got bank. We have cash. We can give them money. We can easily give them money. If you're just joining us here, we're about 3/4 of the way through the month of July. If you didn't see most of the episode, jump in at a later date, check things out. If you are just joining us, go ahead and let me know here. Little roll call here. I'd love to know who's here. Our topic of the night was mascots and who could win a championship if they were all wearing mascot outfits. Of course, we talked about, we're talking trivia. So if you're a baseball fan, give me a trivia question. Throw it up on the board. I'd love to try and answer it. I'm really good at 80s, 90s stuff. I'm kind of on the older side, so maybe early 2000s as well. But for the most part, I'm a solid 80s, 90s kind of guy. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this calendar for the month. We've got the Arizona Diamondbacks in Arizona. Javi Vasquez pitching that one. Kilvio is injured. Son of a hamstring. It appears he will be out for a day or two. We'll keep him active. Not too worried about that. I've pulled a hammy before too, so you can move around at second base. You can. There's a little win for us. Kilvio's back into the lineup. The Giants want to offer us a trade again, and I swear if they ask for Trevor Hoffman again, I'm going to shit a brick. That's right, I said it. Trevor Hoffman for Jose Vizcaino. No. Absolutely not. Why would we want another shortstop on this team? They keep trying to throw me players that I don't want. I don't want a left fielder. We are overloaded in left field, and we're overloaded at shortstop. So, no, that's a hard no. Plus, I don't really want to get rid of Trevor. Plus, do you know how awful that would be to see Trevor Hoffman in a Giants uniform? I just thought about that. My Padres fans out there listening, that would be horrible to see Trevor Hoffman in a Giants uniform. That would be awful. Okay, let's go back to the draft picks. We'll take a look, see who needs to be signed. So Kevin McLean is at 54% motivation, and we're going to go ahead and offer him a little deal, and he's decided to sign. Welcome to the club. So we got almost all of them. We have got almost all of them. Time to move on to the third game of that series, and we win it. So we're 63-46. We're a total of 17 games over 500, so not awful. Not awful. We're going to take another Thursday off because they like to give us Thursday off before we finish up the month of July. So we'll finish up the month of July here. I've never seen it really do that, but we've got Colorado for 3, and then we finish up with Kansas City, and I'll just play through those last couple of games against Kansas City. So Mike Johnson on the hill. Why is Mike Johnson pitching? Let's go ahead and check that out. Pitching rotation. Oh, because Trey Moore came back from injury. So we'll put him in. And excellent. So we get the win against Colorado. Nate Field down in the minors. We'll leave that as auto. Andy Pettit, we get the win. So Andy Pettit, we've been pretty good with Andy Pettit. Right? Andy Pettit's been pretty good. Colorado, game 3. Javi against Todd Acevedo, and we get the sweep. So now the Braves want to offer us a trade. So, why in the hell would we give a player, before I even click on this, why the hell would we give a player to the number 1 team in our goddamn division? Would you ever do that? That'd be like the Yankees trading mid-season, for somebody, basically giving the Red Sox a little more power or a little more juice. But let's see what they want to do. So they want Trevor Hoffman for Brian Jordan. So 1990 ML. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's a little trivia question. So this is the 1990s Major League Baseball. 3 players had over 40 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases. Who are they? 2 were MVPs. Can I name the third? Ooh. Okay, so are we talking about the 1990 season? Are we talking about the 1990 season? Or are we talking about, what year? Just confirm that for me so I can kind of get a hint. It would be the 1990 season. And were they both the MVPs of that year? Were they the MVPs of that season? That would be crazy. Or were they just MVPs in their career? Okay, so the Braves are looking to offer us Brian Jordan, a right fielder and we've got a solid right fielder who's locked up for a while. And we've got Trevor, and they want Trevor Hoffman. Why is everybody just dying to get their hands on Trevor Hoffman? Well, Trevor Hoffman is in the last year of his contract. That's why. Okay, I just realized that. So Trevor Hoffman is in the last year of his contract. So that's probably why they're like, okay, we'll take him off your hand. It's like a little rental, and then they'll try to sign him. But, I don't know, man. I don't know if we want to give him up. I mean, we're still kind of in this thing. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, we're still kind of in this thing. We're going to pass on this for the moment. And we're going to go ahead and take a look. We're getting close to the deadline. That's why everybody's offering. So I think we can actually go to... let's go to our trade block. And this is what we're looking for. I'm looking for a solid catcher. Okay. I need a left fielder in a trade. And we'll also go ahead and say, if you're going to keep offering me if you want my closing pitcher, you got to give me something in return. I need a closing pitcher. So that way when they start sending these offers to us, we'll know. But we're in second place. We're behind the Braves by 7.5 games. We have a chance to climb back into this thing, and they want our closer. Well, they could suck it. I'm not going to give up our closer. I'm not going to do it. So we're heading to... okay, so today is the deadline. Today is the deadline. It's the last game of the episode as we take on the Rockies, I believe, here on July 31st. Oop, don't want to do that. Oh, no, we're getting ready to take on Kansas City. So now is the time to take a look at trades, and maybe if we want to move anybody, try to solidify something. So we know we have a weakness in left field right now. So we'd be looking for somebody who's maybe last year of their contract. So we might have to kind of go in and kind of explore that as we go through the last couple minutes of the episode. And then we know that we do have a weakness behind the plate. So guess what? So 2 were MVPs. Can I name the third? Yes, they were both MVPs in that season. And they had 40 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases. Okay. So you got me here because you're asking me for 3 players. So I'm gonna ask you for one. I'm gonna ask you for one hint. It's gonna be like both were MVP. Okay, excellent. So, Mr. GM, I'm gonna ask you for, or I'm sorry, AGM. I'm gonna ask you for 2. I'm gonna ask you for 2 hints. 2 hints. Give me the team. If you can give me the team that one of the MVPs played for and the team that the non-MVP played for, or just tell me what league he played in, American or National, then I'll take a guess. That's a tough question. That's an uber tough question right there. I love that, though, but it's going to make me think. And I'm not going to cheat. I got my phone right here, but I'm not going to cheat. So we're talking trades here as we go. So let's go ahead and look at the trade block. So we're taking a look at the trade block. See who's out there. We are looking for, we know what we're looking for, left field, catcher, or possibly a closing pitcher if somebody wants to try and trade us still. So the Cubbies have they got nobody on the board. They got a minor leaguer. The Reds have Nick Johnson, who I love Nick Johnson when he was with the Yankees. Oh, Nick Johnson, he's a C potential 55. He'd be a first baseman, so we might be able to make a trade for him. We've got the Astros. They have nobody. Chris Stein's a left fielder, $2.1 million. He's a 72 overall. What does he bring to the table? 5 homers. Yeah, I think we've actually done, let's say we've done better with, no, I don't want to see theirs. Why would they show me their? I don't want to see their depth chart. That's a waste. Let's see. Let's view ours. So we got Michael Tucker out in left field, right? And let's see what he's done so far. He hasn't been awful. He's got 38 RBIs. So I think left field and catchers. I like LaDuca. I think left field is kind of be our focus as we go through right here. Garrett Anderson is on the top of the freaking trade block. Garrett Anderson is on the top of the trade block. So here are the guys that are currently Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it. No, I almost did. But see, I got to think for a second. Okay, so Darryl Hamilton. So the question on the board here from the junior GM, how do you make an idiot say how? And I'm not going to answer that because I'm not. So the trivia question on the board, if you're joining us and you want to throw your answer in there, or you can actually watch this after the fact. The question on the board is 1990. 3 players had over 40 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases. Who are they? That could be anybody. I mean, I'm thinking of one off the top of my head. I'm seeing one off the top of my head. Because I'm thinking of 40. I'm almost thinking of 40-40 guys. And I'm thinking of one guy who was in the 40-40 club. But when you talk extra base hits, I mean, that's a lot of names you could put out there. And I'm thinking MVPs and who was in the World Series in 1990. And you probably had to have an MVP. But it was the 90s. I mean, they could have picked anybody for MVP. It wasn't like now. So Darryl Hamilton is on the trade block as well. He's in the last year of his contract. He can play left field, and he's having a decent season in 64 games for the Orioles. Look who else is out there. Sterling Hitchcock again. We know how we feel about Sterling Hitchcock. Chris Steins, who is 28, see potential, and not that great in the defense department. Glenn Allen Hill, he's on the block as well. The 36-year-old beat potential, 68 overall. He's only played 8 games this season in left field. So Glenn Allen Hill. I'm not seeing too much in the way of the trade block. I'm really not. Jason Varitek, who would be a killer catcher. So, I mean, look at him. Jason Varitek. Could you? Okay. Oh. So you're giving me the 3 teams that they played for. Oh, dude. Okay. 40-40. You just gave me, I think you gave one of them away because I thought it was him. So I'm going to say Canseco for the A's, Bonds for the Pirates, and dude, for the Padres? Who the hell would have done it for the Padres that wasn't McGriff? No, McGriff wasn't a stolen base guy. I don't know, man. Freaking Benito Santiago? I don't know. For the Padres? Tell me if I'm right, because, the Pirates thing, that could be Bobby Bonilla too, but I'm pretty sure that would be Bonds, Canseco, or Bonds Henderson. But I don't remember Henderson being an MVP. I think Bonds, Canseco, and the Padres one is a freaking stumper, dude. If it's not Tony Gwynn, it's going to be some random ass dude. It's going to be something like Carmelo Martinez or something like that. And if you tell me the name and I just fly... Oh, wow, I think I just figured out who it was, but throw it up there. Let me know who it is. I don't know who the Padre guy is, but I'm pretty sure I got Barry and Jose Canseco. Pretty sure I got those. So here's what we're going to do, okay? I am going to try to make a blockbuster deal, okay? We're going to go out, and we're going to try to get Jason Varitek. Yeah, I know. He's a Sox, right? He was a long-time Red Sox, but we're going to try to get us some Jason Varitek action. So let's go ahead and try to make this trade. All right? Anybody else? I got a few viewers right now, so... If you're trying to guess that 1990, 40 extra base hits, 40 stolen bases, 2 of which were MVPs that season, who are they? Who do you think they are? I said Barry Bonds of the Pirates, Jose Canseco of the A's. I do not know who the Padres player is, but I've been told it's not Tony Gwynn. So we're going to try and make a trade here in this one. We're going to go ahead and... We're going to go to the Red Sox. We're going to see what they want for Jason Varitek, right? So Jason Varitek is actually their backup right now. He's only played in 10 games, but he's a B potential, 73 overall, 29 years old. So let's see what they want in return. So they want Michael Tucker, our shit left fielder. No offense, Michael Tucker. I don't know. If you're out there and you actually watch this, which you never would, they want him. So Michael Tucker we would basically make our kind of Ricky Henderson. Okay, so Ricky Henderson, A's, but he didn't win an MVP. Did he win the MVP that season? Ricky Henderson won the MVP. Okay, so Bonds I got right with the Pirates, but Ricky Henderson was the MVP. The year they lost to the Reds? That's crazy. I didn't know that. I mean, I would have thought it would be like McGuire or Canseco. I mean, the team was pretty stacked. But Ricky. Oh, my God. The guy had a funny name, right? Hold on. Don't tell me. Number 10, left fielder. He's short. and his name began with a. His first name began with a. Did it begin with a B? The Padres guy. We're talking about the Padres guy. Wore number 10, left fielder, and he was a short guy. Oh my God, I can see the guy. I can see him. So he had 40 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases for the Padres. You got me like, I'm like, hands are head in my hands. I'm sitting here thinking, what is this dude's name, man? Oh my God. Okay. Give me a couple seconds. It's going to come to me. Give me a couple seconds. Let's see if we can pull off this trade. So what do you think of this one, guys? We got Michael Tucker, who has awful numbers, and we can try to strengthen our catcher. Get Jason Varitek. That catcher probably be good for 4 or 5 years. He's a B potential. He's 73 overall. Okay. Then we could try to make a move to possibly move on from Pudge Rodriguez, who hasn't done much this season. So we'll have to see. Number 10 played for the Padres. It's right there. Oh my goodness. See, now here's the thing. Okay, as we do this, I got this trade on the board, so let me know if I'm gonna go for this. Just I will press the button and we'll go for it. But so I grew up on the East Coast, okay, and I'm pretty sure that my AGM can attest to this too. But West Coast baseball was not really a thing. So knowing guys' names from that era, the 90s, from the West Coast, if you were living on the East Coast, was tough because we didn't see any West Coast baseball, right? So, like, I mean, my first real experience with, like, lots of West Coast baseball was, like, the 89 World Series or the 88 World Series with the Dodgers and the A's, or the Dodgers, and then the A's and the Giants, and you had the earthquake. That was crazy. But, like, I wasn't, like, waking up, opening the paper and going, oh, Tony Gwynn is, I didn't even know who Tony Gwynn was. The only guy I knew who came from the Padres, Kevin McReynolds, he came from the Padres to the Mets. I'm trying to rack my brain to think of who this guy is, but I can kind of see him. I swear to God, if it was John Kruk or some shit like that, I'm going to lose it. If it was John Kruk, I would absolutely lose it. Oh, it does begin with a B. Okay, thank you very much. I can see the guy. I can see, and he wore 10, and I know Benito Santiago did not wear 10, and he was a catcher, so I don't really see him ripping off 40 stolen bases. But I can actually see the guy. You said he's a little short guy, and he played left field. So again, it's gonna come to me. I had the Bonds thing. I really didn't think Henderson was an MVP, but he was an MVP. So you want me to make the trade? So you're telling me to shut up? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. So we're gonna shut. He's gonna shut up and he's gonna make that trade, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna offer that trade. The Red Sox say that sounds like a great deal to us. We'll accept it. So we just added a nice little piece at catcher. So congratulations to the Spos picking up Jason Varitek, who has a 6-year. He has 6 years left on his contract. Now, let's see if we can't get anybody to make an offer for Pudge. See if we can't move Pudge, right? 29 years old, D potential. So we're going to go ahead and try and suggest a trade. I think we have to try to find a trade. So it's going to take a look. We're going to see if we can get rid of Pudge. If anything, maybe we can get a pitcher or something like that. So the Orioles have offered us Glenn Allen Hill. He would just be another piece out in left field. We don't really want to do that, though. They also say Alan Wilkin. I'm sorry. Oh, they offer us Glenn Allen Hill twice. What kind of bullshit is that? Okay, the Sox offer us Sefcik, Doucher? I don't know if I can say that, Doucher. But I just said it. The Yankees offer us Ted Lilly, a B potential 25-year-old. That would be a nice little piece of the puzzle. Ted Lilly was pretty good. They also offer us Marcus Thames, who I'm pretty sure was with us at one point, and Ron Coomer and Pratt. Oh, who was the other guy? Okay, so nothing else. Let's see. Rob Pratt. He's a good left fielder. Roy Halladay for Pudge Rodriguez. A $45 million contract. If we took Roy Halladay, no, I'm not making that trade. Kevin Black, that's just not realistic. That's not realistic. Hippolito Pichardo, we'll pass on that. Let's see what else we got. Usually the top ones are the best ones. We're going to pass on that one. Felipe Quevedo, Lesher, Quantrill, Gonzalez, Knox, Patrick, Joel Pinheiro, Bip Roberts. Last name is 3 letters. Bip Roberts. Holy shit, Bip Roberts. Dude, I would have never, ever got that if you didn't give me that little hint right there. Bip Roberts. As soon as it popped right in my head as soon as you said it. Bip. That is crazy ass shit. So, that's the answer to that question. 1990 season. 3 players had over 40 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases. Who were they? Well, most people are going to guess Barry. Actually, a lot of people wouldn't guess Barry Bonds because a lot of people nowadays don't realize he played for the Pirates. Personally, I think those were his best years, were with the Pirates. He was a great, great outfielder. You had the whole Killer Bees thing with Bonilla and Bonds, right? Ricky Henderson, that one stumped the shit out of me. If I would have tried to answer that question 50 times without getting the answer directly, and I would have every time guessed somebody other than Ricky Henderson. In 1990, to win the MVP and go and have 40 extra base hits and 40 stolen bases. Okay, I could see him doing that, but not being the MVP. Not in 1990. I would think that's Canseco but that was probably one of his better seasons, right? They ended up losing the series to the Nasty Boys and the Reds, but anyway, and then Bip frickin' Roberts, dude. Dude, where'd you come up with that question? Did you Google that shit? Like, tough question from the 90s. Okay, so looking at just a couple more minutes here left in the episode. Pudge Rodriguez for Crew Pools, no. Marcus Giles, no. We don't need a second baseman. Jody Brady, no. Nobody's really offering us much for him. So, do you really want me to go for Roy Halladay? You want me to trade? Okay, you know what? How about John Wetland? He's a closer, man. We got who else is in here? I'm just kind of rolling through. Justin Moreno, Quentin McCracken. I like Quentin McCracken. We had this one, Ted Lilly. Okay, I did think Ted. Now I'm a cheap guy. I'm straight up going to tell you I'm cheap. So I'm looking at Ted Lilly going, I like this deal, right? Ted Lilly just Ted Lilly. Straight up, it's a pitcher. He's 25. We're probably going to get something out of him. Okay, I've already tried the Sterling Hitchcock thing. Ted Lilly, let's see his attributes. So, okay, not the greatest stamina. But no, not well done, dude. You had to give me the answer. Mr. Feeney, you gave me, as soon as you said 3 letters, that was it. That was it. It wasn't going to be like Bud, right? I knew it was going to, as soon as you said, I knew exactly who it was. That was a hard question, though. I would have never, ever, ever got that. Never, ever, ever got that. I can't fire back with one. It'd take me some time to think about it. But now, I think I got something to do here. We're going to come up with some of those kind of questions. I'm going to start flashing them on the board. I'll start putting those on the board as we play. So, okay, you know what? All right, young man, this is what we're going to do. Now, I know you are in school, so I want you to do the math here for me. So we're talking business. Let's see how much of a contract Roy Halladay, which I believe was actually Roy Halladay. I don't think it was Halladay. I think it was Halladay. But Roy Halladay, 70 overall, A potential, 24 years of age, currently in the minors, has not pitched. Oh, he pitched for Toronto last year. He went 8-13 and pitched horribly. Okay, in 32 starts, and his contract is. We would be locked into Roy Halladay for the next. What was that again? Let's see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. Not to mention he's used 2 of his 3 minor league options. So we could not do much if we get, honestly, Pudge Rodriguez for Roy Halladay. You know what? I'm going to leave that one right there. So it's a 40. We're taking on $45 million of contract, which takes us into real Expos territory. It's like, do we bankrupt the team and basically work around a pitcher for the next couple of years? There you go. That's what I need. That's what I need my GMs right here inside the GM's office, because that's a big deal. You know, I mean, I like the thought of he gives us 2 seasons good, but for 45, and we can't restructure deals. So we'd be locked into that thing. Pudge, I'm willing to get rid of. I mean, he's done nothing for us this season. And if he goes somewhere else and does good, great. But, you know, that's a 42 and a half almost, $42.5 million swing to go out and get. That is so crazy on this game that they even offer that trade. So I mean, does that tell you something too? I mean, is he junk? I mean, are we gonna get crapped on in this deal? I mean, I don't really think so. We're basically walking away from Pudge, but I don't know, man. Am I overthinking this? Maybe I am, but my finger's getting a little twitchy here as we get close to 9 o'clock. Getting ready to shut this down. We're through all of our games. Just got to go through and do the close. It's the trade deadline, and the Expos could make a huge deal here. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so I'm sitting here in the GM in the owner chair, and I'm thinking to myself, my JGM wants to take a chance here, right? We take a chance on Roy Halladay. We bring him to the club. We let him pitch the remainder of the season, and then maybe one more year. And if he doesn't perform next season, maybe we try to move on after that. But we also can't do much in the way of free agency unless we were to let go of Trevor, because he's in the last year of his deal anyway. So, whoo boy, lots of things to think about. And we're going to go ahead and, you know what? The hell with it. I'm doing it. Roy Halladay, welcome to the club. Okay, so we just went out and, what do you mean no? Now you... Dude, where were you guys? I was talking for the last 5 minutes. Holy shoot, man. Really? Me and you, we think the same. Man. Oh no, I just did it. Were you just leaving me out here because you knew I would do it? Because I can't say no? Oh goodness, I just did that. Okay, wait. So Roy Halladay is on the team. Can we trade him? Oh, can we trade him away? Let's see. Let's go. So, hey, you know what? We might have just found something out here. Hold on. They don't want him. Nobody wants him. Oh, my goodness. Let's go ahead and suggest a trade. See if somebody wants to give us prospects. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, so we could dump this. We can get away. We can get out of this. We can get out of this. So we weren't gonna. This was not gonna be good for us anyway. So, whew, we can get out of this. You know what? I'm gonna stop being a yes owner here. I'm just saying. And then you say no as soon as I press the button. All right. Let's see what we got here. Who's willing to make the trades? Yankees. Let's see if the Yankees are still willing to give up Lily. Because we know the Yankees got cash, right? What's out there? Nobody's offering much of anything. How about Rick Ankiel? Yeah, Rick Ankiel. Rick Ankiel's an interesting story. Guy had not the best accuracy from the mound, but ended up being a pretty good outfielder, right? Will Biggs, Adam Kang, Rick Reed, a right fielder. Matt Holliday. Ooh, there you go. We're looking for another left fielder. Let's see what Matt Holliday brings to the table. He could play center. He could play right. He's 21. Do we trade Holliday? Do we go Holliday for Holliday? And Cole Santos. I like this deal right here. I really like this deal right here. Matt Holliday could be a solid piece for this team in the future. He's 21. He's beat potential. He's a 51 overall. We dumped this shit-ass contract that we just took on. Yeah, I think we have to pay Matt Holliday a lot of money. He is a $23 million AA player. But you know what? We recoup some of that cash, right? The only other thing I'm going to try is I like that trade. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe my chat is a little bit behind. I'm hoping that's what it is. It is, right? It's really delayed. It's really, really delayed. From normal. I'm a little pissed off about that. It's like I got to give it more time here. Let's go ahead and pull this in. We'll pull this in. And okay. All right, you know what? Go ahead and I'm gonna ask a question here. So I looked at Holiday. Okay. Now I actually have two chats up on the board, so we're doing a little bit of a test here. But I've got two chats up on the board, so I can see both of them. One's gonna be quick, one's gonna not be quick. What do you think of the Holiday trade? Do we trade for Holiday or Holiday, the left fielder? I think we trade for him. We're also going to take a look here and see if they would be willing to give us Ted Lilly, and this trade cannot be completed because of budgetary constraints. So we'd have to take another kind of high-paying guy from them as well. Like, nope. What else do they have that's kind of junk? We could always take, how about Kevin Brown? So, yeah, we could always take him for the remainder of the season. Let's go ahead and it's not bad. It's actually not delayed. I mean, the actual YouTube one compared to the one I have is actually not that delayed. So I just have to be more patient is what it is. I got to be more patient. It takes time for people to type. Okay, so all right, we're just about done here. I want to get this done though before I shut down for the night. So they can't give us just Ted Lilly. We have to take something else off their hands that's expensive. I'm not going to try to take Mariano Rivera. I could take a John Flaherty. Let's see. No, I need something big. I need them to give us something real big. Scott Brocious? No. That would be nice. We could use another. We don't need a third baseman. Derek Jeter. Go out and get Derek Jeter for Roy Halladay. That would be crazy ass shit. Now we're going crazy. Now I would just be going crazy. Manny Ramirez? No, they're not going to give me Manny Ramirez. Let's see. Bernie? No Bernie. Brian Giles. Ooh, that one almost works. He's a right fielder, though. But he could definitely play left. All right, so again, let's just do one more time. And we'll go here. And yeah, that holiday thing. Ouch, man. You know what? To hell with it. I mean, it's not really going to hurt us the rest of the season. So we'll put him in the rotation. We'll let him pitch. We'll see what happens. And we know he can be traded. So we'll try to trade him in the off season, right? I mean, it's not going to hurt us for the last couple months of the season to go with him. So let's go ahead and we'll put him into the rotation. Now, main thing is to put Jason Varitek in. So he'll be our starting catcher. Welcome to the club, Jason Varitek. You'll be playing ahead of Paul LaDuca. So that's huge. Hamilton Porter, he's doing pretty good down there at 185. Great job. Bobby Hens. Oh, Bobby Hens is having a season down in AAA. He's on fire. So maybe we bring Bobby Hens up here to kind of teach Jason Varitek a thing or two. The All-Star JT Snow. Everything else looks pretty good right now. We've got shit going for us. We did have all these freaking shortstops we could have traded too, and I didn't. Oh, that's right. We traded him. Oh, for Varitek. Yeah, so we traded him to the Red Sox for Varitek. Sung-Hyun Chu is now our starting left fielder. And you know what? That, my friends, is not going to happen. Where are we overloaded right now? We're overloaded at starting pitcher. So we got to go get rid of one of those starting pitchers. And Mark, why are these guys even here? Goodbye. You're going to go down to AAA. Thank you very much. So he goes to waivers. That opens up another roster spot. And guess who's coming up to the big club? Welcome back, Timmy. Tim Raines is coming up. So he'll be, we know he could play 3 defensive positions. Holy shit, Tim Raines back in the lineup. He just keeps getting called up. So we didn't really fix Lilly and Perez. Which Perez? I mean, I could still make a trade. Which Perez? You want me to go back to the Yankees? Okay, let's see. I didn't change anything, so we can do that. Let's see here. See, this is the best part, right? Trying to make the trades. So, oh, you talking about Nafy Perez? So we go Lilly. And Nafy Perez. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. So we are at 12. So basically, if we trade Holiday, we'd have to take something else off their hands. So there has to be a third player in this deal. And it has to be a $4 million player. Go for the series this year. Okay. So a 1. Just put a 1 on the board if we leave it the way it is. Not going to worry about the typing. Just put a 1 on the board if we just leave it the way it is. Leave it the way it is, 1 on the board. 1 finger up. Just leave it on. Just put it on the board. 1 up. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. We're just going to go with him. We'll see if we go for the series. And then we'll deal with it next year. We'll do a whole episode where we deal with that whole frickin' Roy Halladay situation. Now the question is, where the hell is he going to go in the rotation? Well, you know what? He's a righty. He's going to go into Trey Moore's spot. We'll put Trey into the bullpen. Sorry, Trey. You've struggled this year. You're going to go to long relief. And Greg Swindell will also go to long relief. Okay, so we got 2 lefties out there in the bullpen if we need them. And that will be our rotation moving forward. So Roy, it looks a little bit like this. Andy Pettit, Javi Vasquez, we'll go Mike Messina, Ken Roy Halladay. All right. So hopefully this works out. So that is going to take us to the end of tonight's episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, hey, you know what? It's been 2 hours, and Jesus, welcome on in. No, but seriously, thank you so much for joining tonight. Had a ton of fun with this. We got to the trade deadline, and the owner / big GM probably boofed it a little bit, but may have helped. Who knows? We went out and got Holiday. But we did find out that we can trade him and move along. We can move on if we had to at the end of the season. So I'm not too scared about it. It could be just a 1-year thing, and we say, you know what, dump him. But a $45 million contract, it's bullshit. I didn't even realize he was asking for that much. He was in like AAA, and he was a $45 million contract. So we end tonight's episode like this. We are 66-46. We currently sit 7.5 games behind the Atlanta Braves. I almost said our Atlanta Braves. However, the Marlins have really struggled in this episode. They looked more like the Expos. They finished the last 10 games of the episode 7-3. I'm sorry, 3-7. So they're 61-51. They've now fallen 5 games behind us, which is very good. That was my best attempt at a, kissing the fingers there. So we are currently sitting in second place. Of course, it's best to just go ahead and take a look at the standings this way. And we are 7.5 behind the Braves. If you look at the Central, it looks a little like this. The Cubbies have a 7-game lead on the Pirates and have started to pull away. Thank you, Mr. Feeney. Yes, we're going to keep it exactly how it is, and we're going for the show this year. The goal right now is to get us to the National League Championship, and we're going to hope that Holiday can get that shit done. And if he pulls a goddamn Bartolo Colon and busts a kneecap or a shoulder or an elbow, I'm going to lose it. So Cubs have the first place in the Central. Out in the West, the Giants have a 6-game lead on the Dodgers. They're up. They have 59 wins. The Padres, they're 10.5 back. They're not eliminated, but they're not really in it. The wild card looks a lot like this. Right now, we have kind of a runaway lead for the wild card. So that's what we're shooting for. Hold on and get the wild card. Please do not make us play the Marlins at any point in time in the playoffs, okay? We do not want the Marlins. The Phillies are third in that wild card chase, and they are kind of right there. I think they're in. I think that would mean they're into a wild card spot. In the American League East, the Yankees, who have a very similar, they have the exact same record as us. So that tells you how competitive the, I don't know, am I thinking about this the wrong way? Is the National League bad or is the National League, I don't know. But they have the same record as us. They are currently in first place by a half a game over Baltimore. So this is going to be a fun race to watch. They have a half-game lead on Baltimore. The Sox are 2.5 games back. The Jays are 3 games back. Okay? So anything's possible. Anything's possible here. We could see the Yankees dethroned here in 2001. Now, if you're familiar with the 2001 Major League season, the Yankees didn't dominate. They actually lost to the Diamondbacks in the World Series. So it was a tough season, and then it kind of started that little decline, right? So anything's possible, especially in our world. In the Central, the Twins have a 2.5-game lead on the Royals and the Indians. So the dog days are coming, and we have had a lot of close races out here in the major leagues. The Mariners currently have a 2-game lead up on the Rangers and the A's. Now, I've talked about the Wild West, the American League Wild West. It's been like this since we started this experiment. The Mariners, the Rangers, the A's, they battle. The only team that I don't think has actually made the playoffs out of this division since we started this exercise is the I almost called them the California Angels, but the Anaheim Angels, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, or whatever you want to call them. And the wild card looks like this. It's basically the American League East. You got the Orioles, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays. And then the Rays are in there too. So this is going to be a fun run through August next week. We take one more quick look at our league leaders. We'll do just the National League. So Vlad Guerrero is currently in the lead for this year's batting title. He's batting .324, the All Star right fielder from the Expos. We look at home runs. That would be Sammy Sosa of the Cubs. He's got 35. Jim Thome right behind him with 32. Vlad about 10 home runs behind Jim Thome with 22. The one that surprises me is Ray Durham. Ray Durham has 22 home runs. He's only got one since the All Star break, and we got to see him in the home run derby. I actually played as him. Sammy Sosa, 89 RBIs. Vladdy with 84. So Vladdy, if he could hit a couple more home runs here in August, he could be shooting for a triple crown. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Stolen bases on the season, Tony Womack with 42. And that's that. So that's kind of the big offensive categories. John Smoltz leads the league in wins with 13. A surprise for Mike Mussina. Mike Mussina is now 12-8, so he had a good solid month of July, and so he's now second in wins. Saves is Alexi Baladeras of the Marlins with 35. Trevor Hoffman with 31. So a very tight race for saves. ERA is 2.26 for Smoltz. Millwood, so three Braves. Sterling goddamn Hitchcock. Currently in fourth on the season. He's 10-7. Since his shit-ass season with the Montreal Expos, he has pitched pretty good for the Braves. And, of course, let's take a look at what else we have. So Andy Pettitte leads the league in shutouts with 4. I didn't even realize that. That's a big number. Strikeouts is Kerry Wood with 172 Ks. Complete games, Andy Pettitte with 4. And let's see what else we got. Whip, pitching WAR. Batting WAR, Sammy Sosa. And that's it for your stats. Quick look at the American League. David Justice leads the American League in batting average at .332. Two guys we almost tried to get, Edgar Martinez for the Rangers. Home runs in the American League, that goes to Bernie Williams with 29. Matt Williams right behind him. RBIs is Derek Jeter. Runs is Derek Jeter. Stolen bases, I didn't see that one. But wins is Rick Helling with 13. He's tied with Rick Reed. Losses, Kevin Brown. He has the fewest losses. I don't know. Will it? It won't tell us. It won't put him in order. Saves Ramiro Mendoza. So Ramiro Mendoza, who was a Yankee forever and was a setup man. Now here you go. Storylines, right? Ramiro Mendoza was the setup man for Mariano. He goes to the Orioles, and now he's a saves leader in the American League. So congratulations to Ramiro Mendoza for sure. John Lieber and ERA 1.92. And, of course, Tom Glavine. What? Tom Glavine is pitching for the Mariners in this universe? And he's at 2.43. Home runs allowed, Tom Glavine just 9. Shutouts, Jamie Moyer. Strikeouts, Pedro with 175. Randy Johnson of the Orioles with 148. David Cone with 144. So that's a quick look at the American League. Don't really pay too much attention to that. So quick summary of what we did here tonight. We managed to get ourselves about 15 wins in the episode, which was great. We made a blockbuster oopsie trade for Roy Halladay, or Holiday, whatever it is. So we'll be seeing him next week pitch in the dog days of August. And, of course, we added Jason Varitek. So I'm really excited to see what Jason Varitek is going to bring to this club here as he joins us from the Red Sox at the trade deadline. We had a long one tonight, 2 hours and 23 minutes. So if you were here for most of it, thanks for sticking around. If you were here kind of in and out, thanks for being here. Either way, if you're catching me on the replay, feel free to comment. Throw your comments on the board. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Of course, anytime you subscribe to the channel, you are going to get notifications anytime I'm live, and I sometimes pop in. I was actually live for about 15 minutes this afternoon playing golf. I was playing golf as the tank, and I was playing on this ridiculously hard par 3 course, which I may do at some point tomorrow as well. So, get notified. All right. Like, subscribe, get notified. You can watch me on your phone during lunch. You can watch me on your phone whenever. Doesn't really matter. And we're looking for subscribers. I've currently got 71. You folks have been instrumental in getting those. So share the videos, like the videos, and let's try to get that number up to 100. That's my goal. So, alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for tonight. Everyone have a excellent week. If you're a hockey fan, join me Wednesday night for Whaler Wednesday.